What's going on, guys? This is Rapid Shots from Lakey Gaming, and I'm going to run down 5 wrestlers that I thought should have won the title, maybe before they left or before they got injured. So let's get right into it. My number 5 would have to be Damien Sandow. This guy was pushed beyond the moon. He was given the intellectual savior of the masses gimmick where he was preaching down on other people, you're welcome and all that shtick. And then he started imitating people, becoming the Miz sidekick. I thought he had a really good reaction given the terrible gimmick he was given, and he did well. He got over with the fans by himself. And knowing WWE, if you get over by yourself, you're not good to us. So because of that, he's been buried numerous times. He actually became the first person to cash in the Money in the Bank and lose. And to who? John Cena. And I will never talk about that again, but this guy deserved a title push in some capacity, whether it was for the World Heavyweight title or the WWE title when it was still split. But I know he's doing well in the independent circuit, so kudos to that man. The next one I'll go into is Zack Ryder. Now, Zack Ryder has been a comedy figure for many years. He had the True Long Island IZ show on YouTube. He was fairly popular. He got over by himself as this guy that likes to party and fist pump and stuff like that, and he was doing pretty well. He had charisma, he had good in-ring technique, he had good chemistry with his friend Dolph Ziggler. I put on an epic match back in TLC 2011, I believe, when he won the U.S. title. And ever since then, there was a slow decline. Like, he started losing matches. He was stuck in this little promo shtick with Kane and John Cena and Eve, and that just killed him. And then ever since then, he couldn't recover. But then, when he had his moment at the last WrestleMania, when he won the IC title in that ladder match, I thought that this was finally it. This was him. This was him pushing to the precipice of his career. He's going to get that shot. He's grabbing the brass ring. He's going to go get it. Then on the next night, he accepts a match with The Miz and loses. Never got his title match. Never got his rematch. He should have been champion. Moving on. Next guy I think should have been a dominant figure in the company was Ryback. He should have won the title. Dude was pushed heavily by Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon like a big burly ass dudes. He should have been that guy to hold the title at least for a little bit. He had a dominating streak. He had like a Goldberg-esque kind of streak where he dominated 1, 2, 3 people at a time. Then when he fought CM Punk at Hell in a Cell, it all went downhill. He lost to a low blow. His first loss in the company was to CM Punk with shenanigans. Then he never recovered from there. He started adopting the Goldberg thing where he took off the leotard and just wore the Goldberg type tights and stuff like that. He did the big guy, the bully gimmick. It didn't really work out. And also backstage, he would be a nuisance, and in the ring he would botch so many moves, so he didn't really work well for this man, and I wish him the best in his future endeavors. He should have been champion at the time. They should have pushed him, but oh well. What are you going to do? For number 2, I would have to give it to Bray Wyatt. Now, this man has been electrifying on the mic. This guy will give you eerie promos to the point where he'll give you chills and just bone-curling, like blood-curdling promos. It was so good. It was so good. It was so believable. His gimmick was fantastic. The whole Wyatt family was fantastic. The way he portrayed like kind of a serial killer / cult leader. It was pretty cool. It was pretty new, pretty edgy for the time, especially since we're in the PG era. It kind of was reminiscent of the old Attitude era where this guy had an ultra good gimmick. The fact that Vince didn't pull the trigger on it or he didn't like it for some reason is really mind-boggling. And since Triple H is on board with it, they're kind of conflicting. So what does leave Bray Wyatt after his injury? I don't know, but hopefully he gets segued into the title picture very soon. All right, because he's really good. And last but not least, my number 1 person that should have won the title by now is Cody Rhodes. Now, this man went in the company as a generic character, literally so generic. If you made a character in WWE, he would look just like Cody Rhodes when he started out. He had a good break with Hardcore Holly as a tag champ, and then with Legacy under the tutelage of Randy Orton alongside Ted DiBiase Jr. There was this group, this faction of second and third generation stars that was dominating, and then all of a sudden he wasn't doing anything. Then he got paired up with Damien Sandow, Crossroads. He had his best gimmick by far was a gimmick where he injured his face and he started handing out paper bags to people in the crowds when he faced Rey Mysterio. That was awesome. That was showcasing a good heel promos and good heel work by this man. And the fact that he only won the IC title, the US title, tag titles, but never had the World Heavyweight title at least is mind-boggling. This guy was so good in the ring. Technically sound. He was very good off the ropes. Had really good chemistry. He flowed nicely in matches. There hasn't been a bad match with him. He usually carried his opponents. And the fact that he's now off the roster and doing the independent scene is proof that this guy was really good and this guy can be successful anywhere. So that was my top 5 list of wrestlers that should have won the title, whether they're in the company now or gone. Leave a comment in the description. Let us know if you feel otherwise or anyone else I should add to the list. Please like, subscribe, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. This has been Rapid Shots saying goodbye and see you later.